James Hanson, the Vice President and Publisher at NextGov, the Federal Technology Division of Government Executive Media Group. At NextGov, we know during these unprecedented times that government agencies are relying on data more than ever before. Faced with economic challenges, a public health crisis, and a sudden shift to remote work, public sector leaders are working hard to meet the needs of constituents, and they're leveraging data visualization and analysis solutions to arm them with the insights they need to make informed decisions. Here to speak with us about the endless possibilities of data is Rob Bohn, Regional Vice President of Public Sector and Strategic Business Development at Tableau, and one of the leading voices in the federal technology space. Rob, thanks so much for joining us today.
Sure, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's begin with your background. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at Tableau?
I've been fortunate enough to work for many large system integrators as outside counsel. I spent over 6.5 years at Amazon, first at Amazon Web Services, building out their legal team, but then also as the head of federal for a new venture that Amazon has called Amazon Business, and really got to love the job of being business focused and customer facing. Spent a lot of time with senior procurement executives, understanding how something like Amazon could help them optimize their high volume, low dollar purchases via P cards. And a big part of that conversation was around data.
That's a fantastic background. So what challenges do government leaders currently face when it comes to leveraging and understanding data?
So I think one of the things that I talk most about with agency leadership is the Evidence Act. As most people who are engaged in this area know, the Evidence Act was passed in 2019, and that formally established the role of the Chief Data Officer within agencies. And while the Evidence Act went a long way to improve things, it hasn't gone far enough in our experience. And so the majority of what the Evidence Act was focused on, the majority of what CDOs are focused on right now, we find, is the actual collection, protection, governance of data. And that's fantastic. That's an essential function. But more important is actually unlocking that data, accessing and using that data, aligning the use of data to the agency's really important public sector driven mission area. And so for us, really helping the CDOs see and understand their data, helping them leverage commercial best practices, looking out to the market and seeing what CDOs across big, large commercial enterprises are doing, and then bringing those learnings and those insights to them is really one of the things that we're most focused on right now.
And what are some of the ways organizations can leverage data to communicate accurate and relevant information during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, well, it's a really timely question. And if there's anything good that came out of COVID, I think it's the acceleration that it's provided to people who are in charge of data and who have been promulgating data-driven decision-making. I mean, we're in a new era where, my mother, my grandpa, my grandma, our relatives, our neighbors, they're talking about the data and the curve and flattening the curve, and we're past that now. And now people are debating, well, what does the right data set look like for being comfortable sending my kids back to school or returning to work? And so I think this is an era where customers have really realized the power of data. And no one wants to be making rash decisions in this period of time right now. Everyone wants to be making a decision that's rooted in data, that's justified in data. And so I think we're really having a moment right now with respect to COVID. And I'm really proud of the work that Tableau and Salesforce has done in this arena. I mean, we're on a mission at Tableau. Again, that's one of the reasons why I joined this company. We're on a mission to help customers see and understand data, and we take that very seriously. And in public sector, that mission is even more important because our customers have the broadest, the most complex, the most important mission areas where literally life or death is at stake. And so when COVID hit, Tableau stepped up to the plate and we launched the COVID-19 Data Hub as a mechanism for customers and the general public really to go and see real-time data with respect to COVID, the spread of COVID, and then also to provide customers with a starter set of dashboards and visualizations to look at the art of the possible in terms of, where do I need to deploy PPE? How should I think about returning my folks to work? How should I think about returning to school? Salesforce, at the same point in time, did a really agile development effort around to return to work, and they've launched a full and ever-improving suite of capability around how companies can really stabilize and then grow and really continue on a lot of the transformation that companies and agencies were already under, where they're digitally transforming their access and using data as a way to better serve their customers and to improve their mission outcome.
So to that end, what are some ways that data visualization and analysis capabilities can help drive those better outcomes?
Yeah, it's a great question. And so when I arrived at Tableau, I was literally overwhelmed by the fact that it's a platform and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of visualizations and customer use cases and stories where customers are using Tableau to look at a problem, to use data analytics to solve an issue. And so what I advise most customers to do is take advantage of Tableau Public. Tableau Public is a great free resource that we make available to anyone. There's over 3 million visualizations hosted from over 1 million citizens. And this is a great opportunity for you to go and say you're curious about the HR function, the human capital function, and you want to understand what's the art of the possible in terms of diversity and inclusion. It's a great way to go see what other people have done. You can actually download the workbooks, see how they've created them, and then sort of backtrack into your own data set. And so that's a great way to go and learn the art of the possible.
Well, great. Well, that unfortunately is all the time that we have today, but I want to thank you again for being here, Rob, and thanks to everybody who tuned in. To learn more about the work Rob and his colleagues are doing at Tableau, visit www.tableau.com/leading through change.